We're live.
Not yet.
Oh, it's just starting. Oh, we're
Now we're
live.
live.
Now we're live. Okay. Good morning, humanity.
Shenanigans.
Ding.
There was extra shenanigans this
Oh,
morning.
shut it.
Extra.
Whatever.
We got to get up like 2 hours in advance
Ugh, I'm
just
cold.
to deal with the podcast shenanigans.
Okay, listen. I thought I had it all figured out last night and had everything set up because I had it all set up for a Zoom session with a client, and it was great. Perfect. Sounded good. Looked good. Everything was good. What did Kevin do? Strip it all down last night to get it out of the way, so
Sorry,
he could eat his
but
freaking nachos at
no.
9:30 last night.
Okay, so this is a high.
That's the truth.
This is an over exaggeration
No, that's the truth.
to the nth degree because you know what
Whatever.
I did? I took that light that's over there and I put it on the bench seat. And then I took this setup here and I went, eh? And that's it. I didn't touch anything. I didn't unplug anything.
It screwed it all up.
I just moved it.
Yeah.
But then, right, given the mic issues we had last week,
Jesus.
right?
We discovered they really weren't big mic issues. There's two people in particular that have problem hearing our podcast.
For some reason, but
yes, it's their own problem.
I've been
It's
suggesting.
a personal problem.
So those of you that are on here, you could probably give us a thumbs up or whatever, just to confirm that the mic is fine. Because I've been suggesting for months now, months, people, months. That this little tiny camera, right up here, it comes with a mic. Imagine that.
Diesel, stop your crying. You're fine.
Imagine that. And I said, well, just try the mic because it's directional. You speak to it, and it picks up stuff. So, $8 million later.
Oh my God!
Right, with this fancy thing and a tripod,
and stop it. And we do apologize for our blanket background.
Okay, that's some more shenanigans. I hadn't got there yet.
We had to do something. There was too much light, natural light, coming in this window behind us, so we had to adjust because it was just our faces were black. Maybe you prefer it that way. I don't know. Maybe that's better. But.
We decided to change our scenery, and instead of parking this way, we parked the other way.
Yeah, with the motorhome.
So now we're facing west instead of east, so we don't get the morning sun in our face. We get the morning sun.
That's why it's all discombobulated.
So this window behind us, where last week you saw blinds,
yes,
is now direct sunlight. So that throws the balance off.
It's Kevin's fault then, because Kevin's the one that decided he wanted to flip the motorhome the other way and try something different. Change the scenery.
Yeah. And we might, at one point, I don't know, maybe next week we'll be at an angle in the field. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on the reach of the electrical cord.
Yeah, true. Do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, either way, this entire altercation is Kevin's fault.
Sure. Well, if it's got to be, it's got to be.
It does got to be.
I got big shoulders. I can handle it.
Yeah.
That's what's called shenanigans.
I wonder if I can take these off. Maybe I can. We'll see once people start typing their comments. Kevin isn't even aware yet of what I put in. Like, why can't I get my hair right? It's just like, I don't know.
See the shenanigans I deal with?
Something's just, look at it. It just sticks up. Like, what is that?
Every Tuesday morning, the hair shenanigans. Oh my goodness.
I don't get why it has to do that, though. Like, I don't understand.
Because it's hair?
Oh, anyway. Oh my God, it looks funny. Don't you think it looks funny?
Nobody cares.
It's popped up right there. Like, why is that?
Nobody cares.
I care.
Oh my goodness.
Your hair's blowing in the wind. Oh, oh dear
Fix my hair, damn it.
Oh, Kevin. Anyway.
See? Shenanigans.
Yeah, we'll put it back a little further. Maybe that's better.
Shenanigans.
Alex says it's we do it too close, so. There.
Ooh, look, you can see the mirror. Look at that.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, an ICQ reference. No way. That's dating yourself.
That was early days chat on the early
ICQ.
internet. ICQ. If anybody remembers that, put a thumbs up
That's
in the
right.
comments because I want to. That's funny, and I was an early adopter of that. I
Yeah.
actually was.
I had a
I'm
friend that was all over that.
quite impressed with
He
myself
used to come on
actually
my
that I
computer
was
and
so
fire that thing up,
advanced.
and he'd
Uh
start
oh.
texting people or whatever he was doing. And I don't know, every 30 seconds, oh. I'm like, turn that shit off.
That didn't last too long, I don't think.
Well, things evolve, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Yeah, I should probably put my do not disturb on my phone so we don't have to listen to all the notifications coming in.
really?
Yeah, until I turn it off. Thank you. Yeah. So,
I see.
anywho's, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's really more like that.
That's right,
That
exactly what it
is.
is, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's quite
God.
funny.
It is. So anyway, what are you moving it for?
Just leave it. We're centered now.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
And there's less mirror.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
Oh God.
This is
One
on the
day
fly.
we will get it right.
On the
One
fly
day we
shenanigans.
will. I personally think being over here would be the best place to sit. It's just the background, right? Like who wants to see our kitchen in the background?
Why not? Depends if I'm making coffee or not.
Oh, well then. Oh, you can see Kevin's whole setup for his coffee. Yes,
Yeah,
of
or we'll
course.
sit on the couch or wherever.
We could sit on the couch actually, but then we'd have to have a table right in front of the couch.
Yeah, well,
Like,
we'll figure it out.
at some point, we will figure it out.
Yeah. We
So,
want to set it up as our little home studio here and just,
well, we do, yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, things always take longer than you think they're gonna take. All right.
Okay, well, it's time for more coffee.
Oh,
That's all I got to know. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm saying is about that.
I dare anybody who's listening right now. I dare you. If you're having a coffee right now, oh, I dare you to take a selfie of you with your coffee and put it in the comments. I dare you. I do.
Double dog dare you.
Double dog dare you. Yep.
Mm.
So anyway, Kevin doesn't even know what I put in the description of what we're talking about today.
Max Flex, I'll go with it.
Yeah, totally. So what I have, the intention that I have is that I would really like to get some feedback and engagement with our audience because I know that our audience are the kinds of people that are aware of what's going on in the world, right? They're pretty attuned to things.
They're on top of stuff.
They are, and you are, and you're concerned. Our audience are the kinds of people that are, concerned about what's
Concerned
happening.
about the shenanigans.
Yeah. And so, you know, if you dare,
Double dog dare you.
I would
Triple dog dare you.
I'd like to see how you're coping with these
And if you are in one of those provinces
where
that are pulling some shenanigan shit,
Nova Scotia, New Brunswick,
yeah,
Newfoundland. I mean, take your pick, right? It's
I love
gonna
it that
happen
when
everywhere.
this garbage comes out, which you know it's garbage and you know it's not going to go anywhere.
I had a feeling this might turn into a
This-
Kevin rant session.
This is another
Yeah.
COVID crap bullshit sort of scenario.
Well, it was all planned.
It was all planned because
We knew
everybody
this was gonna
knew the
happen.
climate lockdowns were next, and lo and behold, here we are.
Here we are.
So we knew that, right? And and it starts with restricting freedoms, etc., and finding the living shit out of every Tom, Dick, Harry, and their dog,
Yeah.
right? For crapping in the woods. But that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And just like the COVID crap and the COVID tickets and all that bullshit that happened before getting thrown out of court, right?
And that's a fact, by the way, you guys.
Fact.
Like, that's not just hearsay. Like, I'm one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Getting chucked.
Mine was thrown out.
Like chucked. Like it would set a very bad set of case law for the government
Yeah.
if they wrote tickets and fined people and then it all got actually taken to court and just like the Emergency Act,
Yeah.
right? So the government just barfs this shit out, right, without any due process. And I guess, yeah, so that's fine. Emergencies are emergencies, whatever, right?
Sounds good.
It sounds good, but, right, the response doesn't equal the threat, right, which is exactly what's going on here now.
But Kevin,
Just
the
like,
forests are all burning down.
really?
People are dying, aren't they? Maybe they aren't.
See, and this
But
is the thing that,
people will
and
die.
maybe it is going to be a Kevin rant session because
Insects are being killed.
insects. Oh
Yeah.
boy,
Bunny rabbits are
You
probably
mean
dying in the woods.
insects that we are not able to eat anymore
Not able to eat or
because
don't.
they're dead,
Oh,
because they're burned.
oh, okay.
Anyway, that's another story.
Oh dear Lord.
But let's think about this, people.
Opened up a can of worms here.
No can of crickets. Ha ha.
Oh dear.
But let's just think about this, people, because we all know that the weather has been modified and manipulated and shenaniganed for quite some time now.
Well, and geoengineering is real. Like
100%.
weather engineering is real.
And like I said on my rant in Calgary, if you think that those things, those lines in the sky are contrails, right, you need to get your head examined. I will say that right now.
Well, I guess the way I would look at it is that the engineering of the weather is not even a question anymore. Like there's too many documents out there, like mainstream science documents that talk very openly about this stuff. So this isn't even a question anymore. But the real question we should be asking is
If you can make it rain,
then make it rain.
then make it fucking rain.
Where
There's a threat of
fires are.
fire. Hello?
Like New Brunswick, you don't
Hello.
need to follow Nova Scotia's lead and
Hello.
ban people from going in the woods because it's too dry.
Hello?
Well, if it's too dry,
McFly.
then make
Remember
it
that?
rain.
Remember Back to the Future? McFly. McFly. Hello, McFly.
Like, to me, and I know some might say, oh, well, then you're encouraging the weather engineer. It's like they're doing it anyway.
That's right.
And
So
it's
what
like-
if they engineered the dry spell?
Yeah, like, do you think that's possible? Right? And see, this is why they won't engineer the rain to take out the fires, because they engineered the dry spell because they needed the dry spell to happen so people would believe that the climate is changing and it's very detrimental to the environment and to people. And
Okay, so everyone
everyone
needs to go on YouTube, type in Greg Braden, and look up one of his presentations, and there's a piece of it.
Kevin, do you know how many times you've told this?
Right. Well, people need to get their fingers out of their arses and go and do it. That's the problem. That's the point to this story yet again. Right?
That we hold the power?
Because he explained what he witnessed, but the presentation that I'm thinking of is one that he did in Madrid, Spain, back in 2007. Right?
How Kevin remembers all these
So a
details
long
is
time
beyond
ago.
me. Lynette says, that's been my rhetorical question for many years.
Yes. But go and look at it.
Yes.
2007 presentation.
Yeah.
Right? Where he recounts the story of being in the presence of a Native American medicine man healer, that kind of gentleman, right?
Yeah.
That went and prayed rain where there was drought.
That's a novel concept.
Prayed rain.
Prayed for
One
rain.
guy.
I feel like this needs to be adjusted.
One
a
guy.
little bit.
Shenanigans.
How come you look shorter than me? Like, because you're not. Like, you look lower than me. Anyway.
Shenanigans.
Oh, that's just because you're the man and I'm the woman, so you should be lower than me. That's why.
But in 5 minutes, right? He prayed rain.
Yeah.
And there's a technique to it. You're not praying for rain, you're praying rain. Two different things, people. For you religious types, two different things.
Yeah.
You're not praying for it, you're praying it.
Yes.
Okay? As if now.
So feeling the rain on your face.
So I
feeling the
highly
puddles under your
encourage
feet.
everyone to go and watch this, especially if you're in those areas, right, that the government is pulling its shenanigans again,
It's
Okay?
funny, isn't it? Like we knew years, like we were beating this drum over a decade ago, you guys. Like no joke. We were talking about this stuff way back before it was really popular to talk about it, and trying to warn people and trying to get the discussion going back then.
Stuff's coming.
We were one of a few who were doing
Yeah,
it, but
there's a bunch.
yeah, there was a bunch of us, and we were all just those crazy conspiracy theorists back then.
I love it.
Um,
Cancel, cancel, cancel.
but anyway, the
I
thing
need a new
is,
conspiracy theory because all ours are coming true. Has anyone got one?
yeah. Well, you know what's interesting when you really look at what conspiracy actually means, it just means plan, right?
Yeah, between two people.
Yeah.
That's all you need is two
It
people.
is a conspiracy.
Two.
That is true. But here's
When
where
two
they,
people get together to make plans,
yeah,
we'll conspire to do a business. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
will conspire to,
Have coffee and be on coffee times together. Yes, we conspired this.
yeah.
That's what it means.
Or will conspire to start a bunch of wildfires in drought.
Or pray rain.
Well, we can conspire to do that too.
All right, but
Yeah.
think about it. It's just ridiculous use of like twisting language.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is that they take words and they like co-opt them,
Yeah.
and they use them in
But they're not
ways-
guilty of conspiracy. Ever. Right?
Who's they?
They.
Who is they? You know, Andrew
Classic.
Rachaudis, I love Andrew and what he's a Canadian that lives down in Costa Rica now, but I love his post because he's just so, he doesn't hold back. He just,
Hammer
boom,
time.
boom, 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 boom,
good,
you
yeah.
know, machine gun fire, let her all out and just tells her like it is. And he hits the nail on the head, I'd say pretty much every time, about what is. But somebody said, he on his post today he said, but Andrew, who's this they you talk about all the time? Who's this they? And he put it very succinctly, very, very simply, and it was, the they is the same ones that Trudeau was saying is we. When he would
We have
say
accelerated.
we have done blah.
We have accelerated our
are
pre-pandemic
blah.
plans.
Yes. Like when he was
Towards
saying
a great
we,
reset.
that's
We.
the they. It's like,
It's good, yeah.
that's really good. That totally puts it
Mm-hmm.
right on the line. Like you can't argue with that, you know? But did we ever come up with what that disorder was that we talked about, that somebody has labeled
yeah.
a disorder? Those people that can hear the truth over and over and over again, but can never actually
Yeah,
take
I
it
don't
in
remember.
and like psychologically, neurologically, you might say, they can't actually
Like it's
process
an
it.
actual thing, yeah.
Yeah, like they just can't. It's like we have a theory, not a theory, but
I know where to find it, but
we know that the unconscious mind has filters, right? And you know, those filters can be quite powerful to limit our perceptions or change our perceptions and stuff. So I mean, we get it from that perspective. But there was actually a disorder that was discussed recently where they talked about
it's
that
a syndrome.
it's a syndrome, sorry. It's a
Yeah,
syndrome.
it's a syndrome.
In other words, it's a problem that a bunch of people seem to be experiencing.
Still afflicted with.
Yeah, afflicted with. And in a nutshell, it's just basically unwillingness. I call it, blind ignorance.
yeah.
I'd call
Willful
it
blindness.
willful blindness. But they of course have to call it a syndrome. So they're probably drugging it now. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
But the thing is that that's
what they
yeah,
do.
the
That's
truth,
what they
when the
do.
truth is stranger than fiction.
Yeah. Well, if you're an 80s kid like we are, like you grew up with those movies and stuff that were futuristic movies, and you watched them thinking they were science fiction, or thinking these were so friggin' crazy that that would never happen.
Remember the little flip communicator devices from Star Trek? Remember those?
Yeah, you would, because you always remember the details of movies. I think I remember general themes of those old movies, but the details not so much, maybe. So Lynette, if you're still on here, I would love to hear what you think of these wildfire storms that are going
You
on.
need to get
and
2,000 of you
subsequent
together.
bans.
in Nova Scotia.
You'll be happy to know, Kevin. Kevin's not on social media, so he doesn't see this, but you'll be happy to know that people are actually talking very openly about doing that.
Yeah.
Someone actually wrote on a comment today, they said,
No, that's the loose connection up there.
oh, the light just went.
Loose
Anyway,
connection
that's
and the
fine.
light up there. See,
We're back. People are actually saying we need a truckers convoy to Nova Scotia in the woods. We need a convoy of people to go in the woods. We've been saying that since the beginning. You know, if you just got a whole huge number of people and just everybody like together en masse walked into the woods, what do you think they're going to do about it? Like, really, I know that one guy, and I'm sorry his name is eluding me right now, but that they call the veteran, you know, of course they have to emphasize the fact that he's the veteran, but he when he walked into the woods and then he got the $25,000 fine, $28,000 fine.
So but
you shouldn't be doing it alone.
But the caveat here to all of this is my suggestion is write out the instructions for praying rain. Get 1,000 of you together. Walk into the goddamn woods, right? Make it highly public.
Like live stream it.
And everyone pray rain.
Live stream it.
What would happen if?
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. Because then what would happen? Just think about it. Say there's 1,000 of you that go into the woods all together and do that. And you just sit or hug a tree or whatever you got to do.
No, you just stand
there. Pray
there.
rain.
Stand there and pray rain.
And then picture it, though. Picture it.
Sicily, 1942.
Nova Scotia, 2025. And you're in the woods, in a park. And or whatever. And there's 1,000 of you. And you're all sitting there, touching the land, grounding, you know, holding a tree, cuddling your dog. I don't know, whatever. But you know what? And you're praying rain. And then picture it, though. Picture it. Seriously. Picture it. Police officers come in with their guns.
The SWAT team arrives.
Yeah, the SWAT team arrives.
They send out the army.
Yeah.
They send out the army to round up these 1,000 rebels.
Badasses, you're in the woods. How dare you? What are you doing here?
Sorry, we're praying rain.
We're just praying.
We're praying rain. You want to join us?
You can't be in here praying. You will start a fire. What?
We're praying rain, folks.
Oh, are we that high electricity that we're gonna like start like I don't know, putting out thunderbolts
think about
of energy and
the logic behind that, because right, but it's no different than any, you know, people just need to like do right. What would happen if everyone just started praying? Even you don't even have to go in the woods. Right? Because they're going to outlaw your fucking backyard next.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or
not that that's part of the conspiracy or anything.
Or if you have one of those community play areas.
Yep.
Right? That's going to be off limits next, too.
Mm-hmm.
But the point to praying rain is you have to go and get grounded. You have to get your bare feet on the ground.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to feel with intensity every last element to being in the rain.
Yeah.
You have to feel it landing on your head. You have to feel yourself starting to get soaked. You have to smell the smell of the rain as it comes off the earth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So everything, you have to feel the wetness through your feet.
Oh my
right?
God.
In the grass.
Lynette is saying...
But pray rain.
The Premier of New Brunswick, is that what it says? Yeah, is saying that it's not about that. It's that they won't be able to help people if they get hurt.
That's such fucking bullshit.
Oh my
bullshit. Bullshit.
Sorry, I'm from New Brunswick, and I can honestly tell you that the government doesn't give a flying kahooey if they hurt you or if you get hurt.
Clearly, they've proven that.
Yeah, because they've been poisoning us in New Brunswick heavily for decades.
Decades and decades and decades and decades.
Trust me, I'm from Potato Land. You know, like where they've been spraying us with friggin' glyphosate and shit for decades, you guys. So they don't give a shit.
You know the Simpsons, right? The classic thing, the nuclear plant and the three-eyed fish. right? From The Simpsons, guess what? There's deformed animals in the bush in New Brunswick
Mm-hmm.
because of what humans have authorized to be sprayed.
And there's a neurological disease that has become quite
Yeah,
prevalent in New Brunswick as
yeah, which was
well.
once rare.
Yeah, that's become quite prevalent, and I have a friend who is afflicted with that. But it's not some virus that she caught. It's been
Like I've
because
said
of the
before,
poisons.
this part of human history
Yeah,
will go down as the great poisoning.
yeah.
And it's poisoning on all fronts, people.
You know, and some people say, "Oh, come on. They're not trying to depopulate the world. If they did, then what would they do? Then
See, you can't just
who would they have to like do all their
it
work
doesn't
for them?
it doesn't
And would
matter in the end for them,
they don't need as many
right?
as
Because
what they
they think
have.
that they're A, better than us,
And
B,
they
entitled,
and they
and C, will have us as slaves because
well, we already are.
you cannot control 8 billion people. You need less than that to
Yeah.
control them.
And with technology, they don't need 8 billion people to do their bidding, like to, do their mining and everything that they want to do. So, okay, thank you for sharing that link, Lynette. That's great.
Right, but the other irony in this too, because you had seen something where people are starting to really dig deep into what the true shenanigans of the government is, because wasn't there something in Nova Scotia where they just cleared something for uranium or something
No,
exploration?
there was a 40-year ban on uranium, and they just got rid
Oh,
of it this spring.
instantly.
And that most of the land where the uranium is in the densely forested land.
Oh, like, are you going to find those fuckers? Hey, going in there trying to search for uranium or drill or anything like.
Yeah.
How many logging pieces of equipment burst into flames every year? Right, look it up. I know it happens in Northwest Ontario all the time. Hydraulic fires, leaks, hydraulic oil spraying all over, hot exhaust, and it bursts into flames.
Oh, I thought you were being facetious. Like it
No,
actually
not
does
no.
happen a
Oh
lot, eh?
yes,
Oh,
friggin' right it does.
interesting.
Right, so you can't tell me that the risk of fire at a drill camp that's drilling for or test holes or cross sectioning or whatever they're doing there, right?
They're driving into the woods. They're not walking.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So, are you
So
going to fine them?
no, because they're allowed.
Oh,
Because the government is
because
going to
it's
make money off that.
business,
It's
big business, right?
Yes, big business still is allowed to continue.
Right. It doesn't
Hello.
cost anything for some individual to walk in the woods, does it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
so. On that uranium note, what do you use uranium for, people? I know people know. Like
This is an issue in Northwestern Ontario too. They're getting
no, they want to
heavy.
dump it there.
Yeah, they want to dump it.
They want to dump it there.
Yeah, they want to
See,
dump
the,
it
the
there.
thing that bugs me
But
about
they
all of
also are
this,
doing lots of mining in the north though too.
They
Like
are.
they are looking at doing all that.
yeah, because there's lithium and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the thing that bugs me about all of this is that we've had free energy since 1958.
Well, we probably had it thousands of years ago, but
Probably,
this
but
is
without
like
question.
what's been documented
Yeah.
as free energy in
Because if we can master anti-gravity flight control,
yeah.
that is a different energy source.
Oh my goodness. On
1958.
on that note, I had a dream a couple nights ago about like anti-gravity, about us individuals like actually floating.
Ooh, Jetsons.
Like we actually, without a device though. It's like we actually did it
Levitate?
just with with our own power, right? Like our own this
But
biological.
the thing is
suit here.
that we, the people, need to be screaming for this tech. Screaming.
For the free energy tech, you mean?
Screaming.
No, we don't need to be screaming. We just need to do it.
No, but we need to be demanding it. And if people have the wherewithal, right, to create it again, then they need to do that. Right? But you need to open source it. And I 100% agree with Greer's approach on this. Right? Dr. Stephen Greer, his approach on this is if you have created a solid state energy device that pulls energy out of the atmosphere or out of the ether, whatever you want to call it, you need to open source that shit right away. Put the patents and I'm going to be a friggin' bazillionaire.
Oh, who cares?
Bullshit aside.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's the inventor syndrome that has prevented a lot of stuff from actually coming out.
Yeah.
Okay? I firmly believe that.
Well, people's egos then get in the way because they
Right.
think that
But then the government is watching.
Yeah.
Right? Because they know what it means. Right? They know what it means. Like, think about it for a second. Just one quick second. If no one on planet Earth had to pay for energy, think about this.
Well, it solves most of the problems in the world, actually.
But what have wars been fought over? What have rebels in Africa been fighting over? Power and control, probably because some stupid pipeline runs through whatever. You know?
Yeah.
But if nobody on planet Earth had to pay for energy, and that's multiple forms,
Yeah.
energy, right, where would we be? Where would we be?
We would be free.
Right?
Yeah.
Just think of the time that you would save creating whatever you'd want because you didn't have to go to work to earn money to pay for the energy that you use.
Yeah.
And think about the cost of goods.
Would go down, way down.
Would plummet.
Plummet.
Because there would be no energy input costs, right?
Yeah.
So we the people need to be screaming for this stuff. So why all of a sudden are we starting to mine for uranium? Why are we doing that? You know, we don't need nukes, right? We don't need nuclear reactors. We just need a solid state free energy device, which has existed for decades.
Or longer.
Or longer.
Yeah. Because Tesla was doing all this stuff too in the beginning.
Well, I mean,
of
when
the
you
1900s.
when you can see a picture from 1903
Yeah.
of an earth battery in front of a group of people that's powering a farm for nothing,
Yeah.
that's the kind of picture that makes you go,
Things that make you
Things
go.
that make you go, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song? Things that make you go, Isn't that a song?
I don't know. It was one of those Saturday Night Live things or whatever.
Things that make you go,
One of those talk show guys.
Yeah.
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 So anyway.
Rant session. Sorry,
Yeah, but
guys.
I mean,
but it's true.
There's, there are solutions, and the solutions come from us. They don't come from the government.
Well, and
Those control mind people, they don't come from there.
This is where I have to draw a line because yes, we can rant about these things and be ticked off about these things and call our governments out because they're, participating, contributing, initiating, definitely being a part of this whole agenda. Like, I'm not saying that some people that are further down the line in politics, maybe some people really don't know. I don't know how at this point you could be so ignorant to not know because it's just a simple search online. And, and you could kind of see that maybe you're playing a part, you're contributing to something pretty evil. But I mean, really, still, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? That there are a bunch of people that are in politics or working for the government who really just don't have a fucking clue. They just really don't know that what they're doing is bad, and they really believe that they're doing the right thing and that they're helping and, whatever. Okay, we'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt. But you know what? No, I'm good. You don't have to drink it all this morning,
Damn
Holy!
Damn right.
You are on a friggin' coffee drinking roll this morning.
Well, it's coffee time.
Normally it takes him all day to drink that, but he's just he's fired up. But, realistically, the politics, right? We've been saying this for years, that the solutions do not exist at a political level. right? They don't. And so that's why when, like, I was asked the other
They
day
exist at a people level.
what I thought of, Alberta, say, like, what do you call it? I want to say abdicate. It's not
No.
abdicating.
Leaving Canada?
Leaving Canada. Okay, so what do you think of that? And do you think it's going to happen? And things like that. And that's fine. Like, okay, legitimate question, and I have an opinion. I also have an opinion of Danielle Smith that I've had since the woman first came on the scene. Now, some of you Albertans, you might not like what I have to say about her because I have to go with what I feel. So when I saw that woman the first time, and a lot of people were going, yeah, 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 and I
Save
was,
us, save us, save us.
like the
Trump, save us,
syndrome,
save us,
the
save
whole
us.
Trump thing. But I mean, I was sitting there going, yeah, no, there's something about this woman that just does not feel right to me, and it'll show itself, and
Be
I kind of
very,
feel like
very
it has.
cautious. And we're now living in Alberta, but be
Yeah.
very cautious.
Yeah.
Right? Because anyone that's playing at that level,
They're not there because you voted them in. I'm sorry. They're there because
they were selected for the
to
position.
be in that position, and then maybe said some of the right things to make people want to have them in there and vote for them. But the reality is they're all puppets to this higher
But it's-
agenda,
and it's-
and they're liars.
and it's
Sorry.
like carnage,
They're liars.
right? Oh, we're going to give everybody a GST rebate this month. Right? So the government starts handing out money. Where the fuck are they getting that money from?
From the taxes that they're raping
No.
from the people initially?
No, they're just increasing the debt
Oh.
in order to do that. So think about it.
So is that really a solution?
Is that a
Probably
solution?
not.
But be very cautious because someone might say the right thing over here,
Yeah.
right? While they're picking your pocket over here
Yeah.
or fondling certain bits of you over there,
Yeah.
right? Or has a finger somewhere else. Be very cautious
Yeah.
because if someone's going to be saying the right thing that you agree with, right? Yet they'll flip around and say, we're going to ban ivermectin,
Well, they'll stab you
right?
in the
Or
back
some
at the same
bullshit
time.
like that,
Yeah.
right? Think about it, people.
Like, I'm all about give
Think.
people credit where credit's due. So even if a politician, like, or whatever, a political bunch, does something great, excellent, okay, I'll give you credit for that. But also, if you do something shitty, well, then I'm going to call you out on your shittiness as well. Like,
But we both feel there's no real
there is no political solution.
Out of this is not a political solution.
And then people say, well, okay, fine then. Then what's the solution?
The solution is for people to come together
Yes.
and create something new. What do we want instead?
Yeah.
Right? Because politics has been in place for millennia.
And it's going to do what it's going to do.
Right? And it's been completely
Yeah.
destroyed. Right? And I've said this before
Multiple times.
on this show that politicians are going to have a tough time, if not right now having a tough time, trying to stay relevant
Yeah.
to the people. Because people aren't going to stand for your bullshit. Right, Nova Scotians? New Brunswickers?
Like, what a great opportunity for my fellow Maritimers to come together.
Grab a bunch of lobster,
Yeah.
have a maritime kitchen party,
And plan
and
your
sort these bastards out.
plan your
Really?
your parade into the woods together. Like, seriously,
Yeah,
you
but, like-
guys, come on. Come on. What are you afraid of? Like, I think ultimately, why don't we ask ourselves this question? What are you afraid of? Do you think they're going to take 1,000 of you and throw you all in jail?
Not
Like,
happening, folks.
sorry, they don't have the Kevin calls it the bandwidth
They
to
don't.
be able to do that. They
They
don't have the
do not.
resources to be able to do that.
Right.
And, ultimately,
You know the funny thing with all of this? Is that when there's a problem, like a disaster or something, and people have seen it in the States with hurricanes, anytime there's a problem,
yeah.
right, where people are suffering and people legitimately need help, guess what? It ain't the government that comes to the rescue.
It's the
the
people.
fucking people.
The people come
The
together.
people come together and help their neighbor.
Yeah.
Imagine
now,
that.
I would say personally that there's a whole other element to that, and that is, why as a human species, we'll say, why as humanity do we wait until we're at the 11th hour, right? Or things happen that are very catastrophic or however, why do we wait till those things happen in order to even do that?
Yeah.
Right?
Why does it have to get so bad?
Yeah, that's right. They're just clueless. It's unbelievable.
Because even stronger than the fight for survival
Yeah.
is the fight to keep things familiar.
So I want to share what Lisa shared. I don't even think they're afraid. They're just clueless. It's unbelievable. Yes, another former fellow maritimer.
But this is that syndrome we were talking about, right? People just,
blind.
But this is the familiar, right?
Yeah.
Right? So
I can't deal with it. I've got my own problems. I don't want to know. I don't want to have to face it. I'm fine. I'm collecting my pension, or, I have my job.
Don't tell me something different.
I just, don't tell me anything else. I'm comfortable in my uncomfortableness. Because really, they're not comfortable.
Or pain, or whatever that is. Whatever that familiar is for people.
It's a false sense of security. It's a false comfortableness. But, but
it doesn't matter what comfort is, because comfort and the word comfort, or familiar is the better. The word familiar is with regards to anything, because familiar, you can be familiar with pain, right? You can be familiar with comfort. You can be familiar with anger. You can be familiar with all sorts of different things, material or otherwise. But when the familiar gets threatened, what's the first thing we think? Oh, I wish I could get back to normal. I want to get back to normal, right? If we just all do this, then we can get back to normal, right? And we've heard the narrative,
yeah.
And people say those things very recently, have we not?
Yeah.
Right? So take a look at your familiar and figure out whether or not there's something that you need to do around that for me. Because if it's pain,
yeah,
right? We, the people, need to not wait for those other folks, right, to do something for us.
Yeah.
Because it's always the neighbors that come together to help other neighbors.
Right.
That's the way humanity has been for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, have people fought and done all those things? Of course they have, right?
Yeah.
Because, that's also people being people.
Yeah.
Right? And I would suggest there's probably quite a bit of ego and, the need for that sort of power and control.
Yeah.
Right? And we've seen it now. And that's why governments continue in this narrative, because they feel they have been given the authority
There's
by
some sort
the
of
people,
entitlement. Yeah.
Right? To fuck them. And why they think that, I have no idea.
Well,
because it's an agenda.
Yeah.
Right? Because we should not be sitting with carnage in Ottawa right now.
No. He wasn't even elected.
Right.
Right? So he was handed the role because that was the plan all along. So I do want to share, because I did tell people I wanted them to share their thoughts, okay? Mm-hmm. So Lori's saying the government has to step in because people don't take care in the woods. 90% of fires are started by humans, okay? The majority just don't take care in the woods, especially with the woods being so dry. It's scary. If people use their own sense on common sense, the government would not have to step in. Wildfires are out of control. When you live next to the woods, it's scary. Just my thoughts. Fair enough, I get it, totally get it.
If that is in fact true.
The case, yeah.
Right?
So because that is the narrative that the media...
That's the narrative that the media and the government wants you to believe.
Yeah, it is. Because,
but I'm going to suggest that walking in the woods with your dog is probably not going to start fires.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Right? If people are being malicious about it,
then
make a hotline and people can turn those bastards into no different than the poaching hotline or 911 or any of those things, because those systems are already in place.
Yeah.
Right? You can be a 911 informant and get paid for it.
Well, and I mean, even recently,
anonymously.
in response to that, here's the other side, the flip side to
Crime
that. I would
Stoppers,
say, though,
dudes.
yeah, and but here's the flip side to that too. I would say is that there even recently in Saskatchewan there was a man who apparently a guy who started 30 fires, right? And what did he get in response to that? Now, if we have a government who truly wants to clamp down on these malicious, bad
Get
people
this one.
that are going, excuse me, that are going into the woods and
Starting
starting
fires.
fires, these wildfires, it's all their fault. It's people's fault. Okay, so if they really did give a shit, they would have given that guy more than 18 months probation and 200 hours in community service for starting 30 fires.
And the fucking guy was a volunteer fire department guy.
Yeah, apparently he was mad at
Apparently.
mad at some of the fire chief, or I don't know, something. I don't know the full story. I just know that, if
He'd
they
be sitting his ass in jail right now.
yeah,
Should he not be?
should he not be?
Right? But if you make a comment, right, against or offend somebody,
Yeah.
you look at what's going on in England, you make one bad post on whatever and you're 18 months in jail. Figure that shit out.
Yeah, this just isn't congruent.
Incongruent
It doesn't add
completely.
up. It really doesn't add up.
Mm-hmm.
So the narrative that they're pumping out there through media is propaganda. I'm sorry, but I learned that even in my media course, in my training. So
That's how it
it's
works.
all centralized stories that come down through the Associated Press, and that gets given to all media, even local media, you guys.
Just
So
shut up and read it.
that's what you do. Sorry, but that's the truth.
You want to
right?
see how it's done?
Yeah.
Watch Good Morning Vietnam.
And that's why they're all saying the same thing, because they're all given the same damn script.
You
Like,
want to
that
see
is a
how
fact.
it's done?
That
Watch
is a
Good Morning
fact.
Vietnam.
I
Watch the
fought
movie.
with my teacher about it in college when I was studying television broadcasting. So, and I wasn't willing to do it, so I left. So Lisa's saying, I feel if they haven't changed their mind and been enlightened at this point, they're never going to be. Well, maybe
It's quite
so.
possible.
Humans in general, this is like my experience being a therapist for the last 24 years, working with people at a very, intimate, personal, and emotional level. Humans in general, it's like we need pain. We need pain. Oh, that damn light just
Okay,
won't
well, we'll
stay
shut
on.
it off.
Okay. Let's
Can
see
you
if I
reach
can
that?
reach it. Yeah. All
There
right.
we go.
There, we'll just shut it off then,
Right,
and
now the spirits can't bug us.
it doesn't blink anymore. But anyway, yeah. So that's unfortunate, but it is part. It seems to be part of our nature, part of our psychology that we need pain. So like we have to be pushed till we finally get to a place where we say enough, right? And that's why I'm saying, like, I really wish that people would get to a place where they don't wait until things get so catastrophic that they're totally burned out of their communities, and under the guise that, oh, this was a wildfire started by someone who went into the woods and wasn't careful, and they lit a fire, and next thing you know, the whole damn woods is on fire, and look at all the places that burn, look at the houses. Oh, now everybody needs to move into the cities
Forever.
Yeah, because
There
it never
has
goes back.
forever,
It never
There-
goes back. Sorry.
forever, there has been fire restrictions. People can still go camping,
Yeah.
right? They can still go in the woods,
Yeah.
right? You can still go to a campground, but you just can't have a fire.
Yeah.
Just can't have a fire, right? So you have to cook in your RV or your motorhome or your trailer or
Whatever.
your Coleman stove or your little propane thing or whatever you got going on, barbecue,
Yep.
right? You just can't have a fire.
Yeah. Like
Is there any mystery here?
yeah, like there are other alternatives than just stopping people from walking in the woods.
But I do want to do one more rant here, and that is
No,
Yes,
Kevin,
I do.
you don't enjoy ranting.
because I do want to call out smokers,
Yeah.
because I don't know how, like, in my humble opinion, smoking, the act of smoking cigarettes is probably the most disgusting of all human habits, right? In terms of many facets, right? Air, but the biggest thing is the pollution at the end. Because I don't know how many times you've been at a turn lane or something and you've seen a pile of cigarettes on the asphalt because someone has emptied their ashtray while they're sitting there waiting for the light. Or I challenge people to go and tape off 1 square meter on the shoulder of any highway in Canada and do a cigarette butt survey. I'm serious. That is the most common piece of garbage on Canadian roads because they do this with the butt.
Flick it.
They flick it. Okay? And most of the time, it's still lit.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been behind a vehicle.
Every vehicle has an ashtray, doesn't it?
Well, pretty well, but, right?
People just don't use them, I
You
guess.
see the cigarette come flying out the window, and as it hits the ground, red sparks
Yeah.
from the still lit embers of the tobacco.
Yeah.
All right, so you think about that. All right, but you also think about the chemical nature of what's in each filter that's now soaking into the ground every time it rains. Okay?
So I think the point you're making is that, yes, Lori, you're right. Smoking is an issue. Like, smokers need to be smart about how they're tossing their butts, right? No question about that. But see, again, that to me, that's a simple human solution.
That's right.
You know, that's a
people solution.
That's a people solution. You don't need government like banning.
But my
people.
familiar is to flick the butt.
Yeah, but you shouldn't need government stepping in and preventing people from entering the woods 100%, not even
Right.
to go for a walk, because of I would
like
say an ignorant few, right? So I mean, there's something. Okay, so here's Lori saying this. I'm a smoker. I have an ashtray in all our vehicles, and I refuse to throw them out in anything but
Perfect.
my garbage or fire pit. Newer vehicles do not have ashtray. Oh, I didn't realize that. We don't drive a newer vehicle, so I don't know. And
Ours
it drives me batty when I see folks throw them out the window. Excellent.
Good.
So to me, Lori,
So smokers
smoke
need
away.
to,
But
smokers need to hold other smokers
you are a conscious smoker.
accountable.
You're accountable. You're responsible. And this is why we're saying this. It comes down to human responsibility.
Right.
Okay? And really, I feel, anyway, that these government dudes and above them, like, let's face it, there's people way above them
The string
that are
pullers.
really pulling the strings. But they honestly think that we are incapable
Yeah.
of thinking critically. They think we are incapable of taking responsibility for ourselves. They think that we're incapable of surviving without their control, the truth be told. And I mean, I know we've discussed this before, but when you look at the word government, like, you need to look at what the actual definition
down, folks.
of what government means. It's really, really nefarious, you guys. It means control, because govern means control, and ment means mind. So if our government originally was designed to protect the people, right? What are they protecting us from by controlling our minds? They're protecting themselves, right, from us being so empowered that we don't need them. That's really what's going on here on a bigger scale, okay? Like, we can definitely get down into these dirty details and say, oh, well, smokers shouldn't be throwing their butts out the window, and people shouldn't be going into the woods and throwing their lit butts in the leaves, and, like, whatever, okay? Like, there's no question that stuff happens, but it doesn't mean that people need to have, like, this ultimate sort of, like, control over us to the point where they're saying, stay the hell out of the woods entirely. Like, come on. Come on.
I also have to wonder whether or not trains, right, that brake hard cause sparks, or a shoe that's hot flies off the train or something like that, because I know that that's probably happened in the past, right? So what would happen if, I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why a fire may start.
Oh, yeah.
right?
For
But
sure.
back to the very beginning of this conversation,
Even lightning starts fires.
right? But even back to the very beginning of this conversation,
Yeah.
if you're manipulating the weather and have been and have had the capacity to manipulate the weather forever,
And create droughts intentionally.
create droughts and
Floods.
wildfires and directed energy weapons and
Fill in the blank.
then if it's dry, put some rain on it.
Yeah.
If it's wet, put some sun on it. Right?
Yeah. So ultimately
what the fuck?
what in that regard what it boils down to is like, don't preach to the people how bad we are and stupid we are because we're doing stupid things to cause these wildfires when you know who you are, when you have the capability,
If you're privileged to watch this.
yeah, but when you have the capability to control that which you're saying is the people's fault, right?
So remember,
Like, smarten up. Just a
Remember-
second. I want to share what Lori shared here
Oh.
because I think it's an interesting little story. We were driving back from Saskatchewan last week, and just as we were pulling into a gas station in Lloydminster, I guess that would be, and some idiot threw something in a bag on fire in the ditch. What?
video.
Yeah, really.
Video.
Like, get video on that and live
Video.
stream it right away.
Yep.
Public shaming works, you
Oh,
guys.
yes.
Thank goodness for kind folks who put it out with their waters and coffees. There you go. There's a plug for
CoffeeTime.
Timmy's double doubles right there. You got to have a double double in the car with you, just in case you see something on fire in the ditch that you can put out.
And we know that weather's been manipulated forever.
Of course.
Because Canada did have a Weather Modification Act. And why would you need something like that?
You wouldn't need that if you weren't doing it.
Because insurance companies have been seeding clouds to cause them to drop their payload
Yeah.
ahead of a populated space so that they won't have major insurance claims. Hello, people. Wake up.
Why are most of the fires happening in the woods?
No, but they don't only happen in the woods. With directed energy weapons, you can have a wildfire in that one house.
Well, yes, you could.
Right? Where the plastic
Disintegrate.
garbage can beside the house is still a plastic garbage can.
Yeah.
Instead of a blob of plastic.
Yeah.
Right? And we've seen this. And I've seen the picture of the ping pong table that was in the rec room. It's still a ping pong table.
Yeah.
With no charring, no heat, nothing on it.
Yeah, the directed energy weapons, that's
Like,
not even
come
a
on,
conspiracy either. Like, that's real. Like, that's...
Real shit, man.
They don't hide that stuff anymore. Like, it's real.
Race out and paint your roof blue.
Yeah. So, Kay is saying uranium biofuel destruction.
So you know the funny
So
thing
is that
about
is
this?
that what you're saying about that? Is that uranium is biofuel destruction, or like please clarify what you mean by that, Kay? Because I'm interested.
Oh, they're trying to destroy biofuel.
Oh, absolutely.
But here's the thing: like we've had free energy for decades, like solid state, out of the ether free energy.
Yeah.
We've had the tech on planet Earth for a long time. We don't need any of this uranium shit. We don't need thorium. We don't need any of that stuff.
We don't need to be mining that stuff.
Why are we
really
talking
don't.
uranium when thorium? Right, look it up.
How do you spell
thorium,
that? I'm going to put it in the comment right
just
now.
as it sounds. Thorium.
Thorium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thorium.
Yeah.
Right, look it up. It's what they knew this when they were making the nuclear bomb back in the desert. That thorium was a better option for power and energy harvesting.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Uranium beneath the areas, yes, destroying biofuel, also using biofuel to manufacture lots of trans agenda. Okay, I'm just going to shut the door because our friend here is
Running a machine
running
in the
the
background.
tractor. Yeah.
The thing is, there's so many better solutions. It's like them wanting to bury all the nuclear waste in Ignace, right, northwestern Ontario. Right, it's absolutely not required. Why? Because if you listen to Stephen Greer, they've had the technology to completely get rid of any nuclear waste byproduct. Completely. For decades. So why aren't we demanding that stuff? Like, really? Why aren't we?
Why aren't we? Yes, transhumanism. We know that that's a bigger part of the overall agenda. Absolutely. That's for another conversation.
Yeah, but we have to say no. And I think the politicians' days are numbered, right? Because they need to really try and remain relevant to humanity going forward here, because we're going to be creating something new. Those of us that are in the know, right? A lot of us are starting to create something new.
Well, I
And
think honestly we're the one we want to.
the bifurcation is happening.
It is. It's happened in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
but I think that we're just trying to remind people to keep to maintain their humanness, you know, and
Use tech as a tool.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, but also don't give up your
Autonomy
autonomy and sovereignty
to AI.
to AI or to the
Tech.
government, okay? Or any of these sort of external authorities, right?
Save me, save me.
Yeah.
Save me, I can't save me. You want the solution? How many times have I said this? Go look in the goddamn
Go
mirror.
look in the mirror.
Go look in the mirror.
That's Kevin's mantra. Look in the mirror. You want a savior? Look in the mirror.
That's right. I'm going to bet that it ain't Smith or fucking Trump looking back at you. I'm just a guess.
Come on, Kevin.
Just a hunch, people.
We all know that Trump is a hero.
He's a savior, yeah.
Yes. Warp speed, you know? Like,
I
come
know.
on.
I know. Yeah, I remember there was a
Just a case saying, I worked on forestry fire crews, and I must remind all, it's not always about water to put out fires. That's right. It's not always available. You can extinguish with good old dirt. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, but you can also pray rain.
Yeah. Or we could just, or we could do our best to prevent the fire from starting to begin with. And that's a tough thing. What we're trying to say is that it's a tough thing to do when you have entities that are intentionally starting these things, right? That are intentionally making these things happen.
So how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go today? Because those people that are throwing the lit bags in the ditch,
well, that's just stupidity.
right? But we have to then ask ourselves the question: if most fires that are in the woods are set by humans, have those humans been psychologically directed to go and do those things? Because they have the capacity to do that as well.
Or also they've been monetarily, compensated for doing stupid things.
This is a rabbit hole here.
Okay, Russia and Putin.
Oh my goodness.
Not in this conversation today. We don't have time for that today because I've got an appointment coming
all
up.
I'll say to this, right, is do you not find it very strange that for decades Russia has been the boogeyman? Don't you think that's very strange? Right? I do.
Yeah.
Like I do. And it doesn't matter who's in charge. Right? Because anybody that's playing at that political level are just puppets on a string at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? So I find it super strange that Russia has been the world's boogeyman for decades. There's actually people, Americans, that have moved to Russia that do blogs and video logs online that you can follow, and they're like, I don't know what people in the West are talking about, but it's a really nice place here.
Yeah.
Look them up.
But even in China, like
Same
that's
with China.
happened about China.
It's
I have a friend
not
who
the
lived in
people.
China, and she's like, it was beautiful. People were wonderful, and of course it depends on the individual too,
Sure.
right? Like what level of psychology they're at and consciousness and whatever.
But it's
But
usually the
still,
ruling,
she thought it was
and I
awesome.
hate saying this, the ruling class, because those entitled bastards,
Yeah.
right, think
Don't
that,
give them that kind of power.
no, they think they're all better than us,
They
right?
do. They don't even think. They don't even think that we're worthy of
Yeah. But it's just,
like anything. They think that we're just those
the little
little
people go
people,
away,
those little slaves down there. Yeah.
right? And this is the
Yeah.
thing, this is the division.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's not the people of any particular location or country.
No, it's not a location thing.
Nothing.
No.
But we have to really ask our question, what's really going on here?
Yeah.
What's really going on?
Yeah. So if you are Canadians listening, which I know almost all of you are, I am curious though, if you want to take a minute and put in the comments what you think the solution is, right?
Well, one solution is to pray rain.
Okay,
And the
sure.
other solution is for smokers that are conscious,
Yeah.
right, about the potential ramification of their habit,
Yeah.
is to hold other smokers accountable
Yeah.
when they see stuff like that. Right? If you're standing in a group and you're out for a smoke with the work buddies and someone does this,
Say, no,
right?
don't do
You should
that.
be shaming them loudly and publicly
Yeah.
because that's bullshit.
Even if it's a friend, just say, hey, buddy, like,
Yeah.
let's not do that. You know, like,
We can't be
seriously,
doing that.
like, we can't be doing that. You know, let's do better.
Seriously, do a butt survey.
Yeah, take a little cup with you with some water in it and toss it in that.
Do a butt survey.
You know? Like, why can't
Go
we
on
do that?
the shoulder, the gravel shoulder. Right? Because you got to think about this, right? Not only during the summertime, but in the wintertime when people throw their butts out the window, the snowplow comes along and it piles all the snow up on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The concentration of cigarette butts in the 1 square meter of any shoulder of the road,
Yeah.
right, will blow your mind.
Yeah, the springtime is really reveals it when the snow melts, but
Yep.
that's a whole like we're not talking really about that today. Like that's not really what we were planning to talk about, but
No, but this goes hand in hand with the idea that if a politician says this and then does that,
yeah.
you have to call out that or this. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? But if they're two sides of the fence, if you're about freedom, then you don't go banning this or that,
Yeah.
right? If you are.
Yeah. Because remember, you guys,
Think.
like during the COVID crap, I
Think.
mean, they convinced everybody that if you don't wear a mask, if you do get within 6 feet of one another, then you're killing your grandmother.
That's right.
You know, then you're exposing your uh, child to disease, and you know you're a murderer, and like think about all this
Think the
stuff
narrative.
that they said to us, and it's like now I'm seeing this stuff come up where they're using
Again.
the same damn words,
Again.
you know, with this whole wildfire, stay out of the woods, climate narrative thing. And we always knew this was coming. And so now it's just sort of like, here we go.
But this is the
Here we
idea
go.
that you need to do the sit-ups so I can have a six-pack. Right?
Yeah. Personal responsibility, right? Let's be responsible for ourselves.
Anyway.
You know? That's
What's
a
really
novel.
going on
That's
here?
a novel theme. That's a novel idea, isn't it?
That's right.
Take responsibility for ourselves.
Well, why don't you go pray rain there, Nova Scotia? A
And New
double
Brunswick,
dog-
apparently.
New Brunswick, too. A double dog dare you. Go pray rain.
I'm not laughing because it's not true. Like I'm giggling because I just think that the solutions don't have to be really difficult, and they don't have to cost anything either. Actually,
Praying rain is fucking free.
it's free, you know. But
Remember, you're not praying for rain.
yeah, you're praying that it's raining.
You're praying rain.
Yeah, like it's already happening, right?
So look it up.
That's a simple solution.
Greg Braden,
Yeah.
2007, Madrid.
But ultimately, on a you know higher scale, what's Lori say? COVID was scary as a nurse, caring for sick COVID patients. It was horrific and very scary. It was not pretend.
Did you know, and I'm just going to throw this out there, did you know that when, quote unquote, the Spanish flu was labeled, there was a massive increase in radiation, man-made radiation on planet Earth? Did you know that?
And the effects ended up being called the Spanish flu. See, they label these things to cover up what they're really doing.
See?
Okay? So the thing is that that's a whole, I mean, I really don't want to,
We
I
should
don't want to
not
be,
need to have this conversation with this crew here,
no, we shouldn't.
right?
But,
Because if you've
but
been down that rabbit
people
hole,
are entitled,
no,
so,
I get it.
to speak.
I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, we have to ask what's really going on here.
You're right, Kay.
Yeah.
Unlearning is not easy, but it is essential.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's right. We have to unlearn the lies, right? Because we have been lied to our entire
What's
existence.
really going on here?
And there's a lot. It's a lot to process. Like, I get it. It's a lot to take in. And this hasn't happened overnight for us either. Like, this has been a long ass process for us of, discovering, right? But the point is that we were open to learning what it was. We were open to having our beliefs broken down and having our paradigm shattered.
Ask yourself the question. What would happen if a great many things that I believe in now are either completely untrue or some variations of the truth?
Yeah.
Are you prepared for that?
Yeah. Because if you want to talk, like, Lori, I understand as a nurse things were scary, of course. The thing that I would say is we need to get even above that and realize that they labeled it COVID, a virus that people were catching, right, and getting sick. But the truth is, and this is documented fact, okay? The truth is that it was a bioweapon that was created for the purpose of making people sick and die.
In order to,
That is the truth.
dun dun dun, drum roll please, roll out the mRNA.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a whole other deeper story to all of that. We're not denying people got sick and died. We're not saying that at all. What we're saying is that when you look at the root cause,
are we sure it's from what we think it is?
Are we sure it's from what we thought, what we were told it was, right? So that's all. Like, but
just think about this, because this ties directly into the Nova Scotia weather manipulation thing.
Yeah.
Right? If they can control the weather and...
No, not if they can.
No.
They can control the weather. Yeah.
If they can control the weather and they can problem, reaction, solution everything...
Yeah.
Then could it not be that everything has been intentional? Just think about it. Problem, reaction. So David Icke's been talking about this for decades.
Yes, and he was deemed a quack too 30 years ago.
Right.
But you know what?
And he started with 8 people in the room, and now you can't even get a ticket to see him.
Yeah. Because people are seeing that everything he was talking about 30 years ago has become true.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
But the point is that there are entities out there.
Yeah.
There's entities out there
that are nefarious and
do these things.
That do, yes.
Create the problem.
Yes.
Provide a reaction, and then come in as the savior with the solution.
That's right.
Okay, so if they're creating the problem, then let's attach that to Nova Scotia and New Brunswick and floods and flash floods, etc., etc., etc.
And, chances are, you guys, they're probably going to get the people in general. They're going to get the people there to agree after they've suffered enough pain from these fires that have been intentionally created. They're going to probably come out with some solution that's like, and the people just go, yes. Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because we need help. We can't stop this on our own. This has caused so much money loss and so much pain, and people have died, and we just can't take it anymore. That's what they do. And then they go,
and you'll be taking it right up the you-know-what.
Right up the butt. Yeah. Because it's going to be higher taxes, it's going to be more restrictions, and...
Climate lockdown.
Well, this is like a climate lockdown, actually. It's already happening. But the thing is, you guys, the solution is not going to be good for your long-term health and safety and happiness. It really isn't. It's for their benefit, not yours. and closing down all of our wooded areas or all of our forested areas,
You are not
parks and
allowed
so
to
forth.
touch nature.
Just so you
Think about
know,
that.
and I know most of you on here are aware of this, but some people aren't. But the reality is that this was written in documents decades ago, that this was ultimately the plan. So I mean, when you
And
actually
we know
read,
someone that helped write them.
yeah, she happens to be the lady that lives right on this property that we're
We
with right
know
now.
someone that helped write
Yeah,
all of those and typeset them all.
yeah.
This is the agenda, people.
Like she saw it back in 1982, 3, something like that. Like she was reading it. Because she was typesetting it for those higher ups, if you want to call them that, those globalists, those evil, evil, evil people that want to harm humanity and control the world. She saw it firsthand. She was doing it and had to get away from it. So this is the thing, you know, like it's hard. I know, I get
Been
it,
there.
but when you talk to the people that are first-hand knowledge, like we're not talking like, you know, 10 times removed from the truth. These are people who lived it directly. You know,
Witnesses.
witnesses, they even admit, sometimes they admit that they played a part in it, right? Like if you want to talk the whole COVID narrative, like
Or
even our
when
friend,
when Pfizer puts out the very
yeah,
first page of the in-house training, the goal is to reduce the population of
by
planet Earth by
50%.
50%. Think about that shit, people.
Yeah.
Think long and hard.
Because we have,
Instantly, Russia and Putin and Ukraine, none of that shit friggin' matters anymore.
yeah,
Because that's what's playing in the background.
yeah. And we talked to our friend who actually lived
Who
that,
witnessed
who
that
was the
firsthand.
individual who
Saw
was
it.
in that training and
Saw it.
experienced that, and that had to wake her up
That's right.
because she wasn't awake before that. But as soon as she saw that, she was in absolute shock, right? So, and now she's on a mission to help other people learn the truth.
That's right.
So I mean, this is the thing, right? Like I've said this many times, and I say this lots when I'm working with clients, and
I'm going to
you
tell you this
know,
one thing.
and different times when we have worked with, when we have spoken in front of audiences and stuff. But it's like, here's the thing, you guys, it comes in stages, right? This awakening process, you know, it comes in stages. And so I say, Kevin's like hammer on the head kind of like truth, right? And I mean, I've had my moments, I will admit, but I mean, ultimately,
She's had her moments with me because
stop.
of that.
Yeah, but I would say, we've had the privilege, you might say, to be in this process for a very, very long time. Thanks, Lori. You have a good day too, and hugs
Yeah.
right back at you.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping up
Yeah, we're
momentarily, Heather.
wrapping up in a minute, but I want to end with this, okay? That we are not here to make people feel bad because they don't believe the same thing we I would say what we know, like what we know to be true, but we also know that the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know, right? So I mean, there's so much more to learn. There's always more to learn, right? But we're also not, like, our goal with this coffee time that we do, and when we go on these little rants, big rants sometimes, Kevin, eh? But we're not doing it to make people feel bad because they weren't aware, or because they are still inside the system that we would say is the system that's contributing greatly to these problems on the planet. Like, we get it. You know, you got to work, right? You have jobs. You got to pay your bills too. You have families to
For
take
now.
care of. So, yeah, so it's not an easy thing to just like take that leap and jump right off the cliff of truth, you know, because there's consequences to that too. So
Well, this is a transition
it
time,
is a
right?
transition time, and this is the
So
thing. Like,
we got to figure it out.
this is what I'm. Don't cut me off. You need to let me finish, Mister. You've had your rants. Now you let me have mine. See?
I'm just
That's me
contributing.
hammer on the
I'm
head.
contributing to the conversation. Hello. I'm not cutting anyone off. Carry on.
You're interrupting me.
Well,
Anyway, yeah, so I just want to be clear about that though, because I know that there have been cases, especially throughout these last 5 years, let's face it, it has been a very challenging
Front and
time.
center.
It has been front and center. But I have had people, cut me out of their lives because they thought that by me sharing what I believe to be the truth, even on Facebook, they would take offense to that. And I know what really went on. It's not just because the truth was hard to hear. It's because they thought I was judging them and condemning them because they didn't agree or they didn't see it. And then also too, I would say, because we work with people at a psychological level, and I work with people on a spiritual level, I would say that they just didn't know what they didn't know.
That's that syndrome too, though, right?
But they really just didn't know. So it's really not about, and then they would feel triggered, right? Like this happened to me like firsthand with friends and family members, all right, over these years. And I know lots of you have had this happen too. But it's not easy being the one that's speaking outside the box or speaking a different narrative than what is being like propagandized and just like pummeled at us constantly through media and government and everything else. So I get it. It's not easy to be the one to say something different. Right? If you're the only one in your family that's saying something different than the rest of your family, right?
That's okay.
It's okay. Like it is okay, but I'm just telling you, I get it. It's not easy. It hurts sometimes, and people will disown you. Hello? People will disown you. People will turn on you. People will call you crazy, But just understand that trust us when we tell you we have interacted with thousands of people around the world, and there's way more people who think like we do and are on like that are more awakening, right? Especially right now, than you will ever see necessarily show up on social media. So please do not judge where the world is at just based on social media, right? And know that if the truth, when you hear the truth, if it resonates with you, then that is the truth for you. That is the truth for you, right? And you don't need to be the vocal one necessarily, but I would say find your tribe. There's lots of us out here.
Because it'll be about community in the end.
It will be about community. Unity is part of community, and we need that unity, you guys.
And on that note, mentioning social media and stuff, the censorship is getting harder again.
They're
right?
hardcore right now.
Did you know, and you saw this yesterday, is that Facebook's new terms and conditions want access to every single one of your photos,
all your camera roll on your phone,
everything.
And everything. So it's really,
and it's limiting this and limiting that.
Oh, it's limiting how much you can even type in a message now between
so
people.
Because of this,
messages.
And we've been saying this for some time.
Yeah.
Okay,
we told you it was coming.
We are making a shift again. We've made the shift, but we're making more of a shift, and we'll encourage other people.
Yeah.
Right, to make the shift over, and we have the Union of Humanity as a platform, right, which has similar functionality to a lot of the stuff that's out there.
Okay, well, Kay just asked a relevant question to what you're talking about. How do we deal with Facebook? Delete? Well, we have to, like I said, this is in the transition, right? So we have to move over to different things. And when I say we need to create something new, and this is one of the most famous Buckminster Fuller quotes ever, if not one of the most powerful quotes of this time. And that is, we need to create something new, and I'm just paraphrasing here, so that the old becomes irrelevant. That's right.
All right?
And this is actually the biggest discussion that's happening right now on the planet.
Right.
With even these people that a lot of us here are looking up to, like the David Ikes and the David Martins and the, all these people that did the Greg Bradens. They're all discussing the exact same thing right now. All of them.
We need to create something new so that the old just becomes obsolete. And people are wondering, hey, what's going on over there? I want to go over there. I want to see what's going on over there. The thing is that all of these platforms, free is not necessarily your friend. Yeah. In fact, it isn't your friend. Yeah. Right? Because you pay dearly in many other hidden ways
with these platforms.
Right? So,
And they're not even hiding it anymore.
yeah.
But I mean, they also are starting to charge up the wazoo. They nickel and dime you with every little damn thing, the extra that you want. And to me,
So,
I'm just sort of like, you're $1 trillion companies. What
okay,
more
it's
do you
super
want?
simple.
Yeah.
The unionofhumanity.com.
Yeah.
Simple.
Kevin created
I
that.
created this
He
last
created it
year.
last summer, and he did it in response to the fact that so many people
Yeah.
kept saying, and especially these people that are part of our freedom movement, freedom community, right? So many people were complaining that we have nowhere else to go. We have nothing, like, oh. So Kevin's like, okay, I'll solve that. So he put all of our resources
Yeah.
and his time into learning how to build this platform, and he built it, and it's sitting there, and it's partly on us because we haven't gone gung-ho to really promote it to other people, because the reality is that, listen, Facebook started with word of mouth. Well, they had lots of money behind them, obviously.
Millions
Yeah, but
of
I remember,
CIA and DARPA money.
yeah, like, let's face it, like, we
Millions.
won't even get into all that. But I mean, the thing is that Facebook still started with invites from friends. Like, I remember getting an invitation to join Facebook, and I was like, what's this shit? You know, back in 2000, I don't know, 7 or whatever it was. And I was like, what is this shit? And here we are, almost 20 years later, and there's billions of people on Facebook, right? And they're just laughing all the way to the bank because they handed us something on a silver platter. And meanwhile, like Kevin said, they're scavenging all of our personal data.
Everything.
Right? And so they're laughing all the way because they got all that personal data, which was the agenda, the goal all along.
So I
And we
promise.
willingly gave it to them.
I promise.
We're all guilty.
I promise that this platform, the unionofhumanity.com, will never
Yeah.
scrounge your personal data,
No.
right, and sell or manipulate or use to anyone's benefit your information.
No.
You're responsible for your content.
Yep. But you all agree to the same terms and conditions
That's right.
before you even join.
Read them.
So just go to the
Read
website
'em.
and
Learn
just
about
check it out. And if it resonates with you, if you're like, wow, yeah, you know what?
Let's get busy.
So and it will take numbers, obviously, to get it really rolling and to be able to sort of transition away from these other platforms officially. Like, I'm not willing to totally cut out Facebook and, stop using, even I use TikTok and Instagram, even though I'm not super active on them as I should be probably. But anyway, it's okay. But I'm not willing to completely 100% walk away from Facebook yet.
Yeah,
I'm
biometrics
not.
and that shit, not doing any of that.
No, there'll be none of that.
None
And that's
of
the
that. That
difference.
to me is shenanigans.
And I had this interaction, this conversation with somebody that I know in the States who, said, but if it looks subpar, and he was referring to Kevin's community that he built, if it looks subpar, people won't use it. And my argument to that is that
Facebook looked like shit when it started.
definitely,
Absolute shit.
It definitely did. But I mean, that's not the point. The point is do you want something that looks aesthetically pleasing? Which I think there's no issues with it personally. But I mean, if you want something, do you want something that looks aesthetically pleasing on the surface, but in behind they're doing really nefarious, things to hurt people and, collect people's data and the whole bit? Just wait, Kevin. Or do you want something that is built with integrity and with purpose and with a mission to bring people together, bring humanity up a level? Is like, which is more important? You decide, right?
I'm going to ask one question. Have you ever used Craigslist?
Oh God, yeah.
How popular is Craigslist, especially on the West Coast?
Yeah, super popular.
Right?
Yeah.
You want.
But it started free and it's not anymore.
No, but it is. It is again. But they've figured out a way to monetize it in that you're paying for upgrades and listing your ad at the top and all that shit.
Translation: nothing's going to get seen unless you've paid for it.
Right.
Same with Kijiji now too.
But what do you think friggin' Craigslist looks like?
Oh, it's
subpar.
Basic. But it serves a purpose.
Right, but you're.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want, people?
Yeah. So anyway, listen, this.
So I'm going to propose that if you're making a comment of if it looks subpar, people ain't going to do it. you haven't actually been on the site.
Yeah, you haven't
Because
really
here's the
looked
thing,
at
this
it.
is a private members association and you can't get into the site.
Yeah, no, you can't unless you've agreed to the terms and
Right.
become a member.
I provided some pictures
Yeah,
there so you can see what it's like,
yeah,
right? Then that's what it looks like.
yeah.
And you can't tell me if you type in facebookfucking.com right now, you're going to see the most basic bullshit landing page on planet Earth.
Yeah, that's right. And you can't use Facebook unless you become a member, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, you can't.
Right? And if you have a Costco membership,
Yeah. Or if you
right?
don't, you're not
Or if
getting
you
into
don't,
Costco. What do you think they're
right?
doing with that $65 per
Per year.
membership per year? Like that's just free money for them, you guys. Like it really is.
Right? For the
So
privilege of going in and shopping there.
that's right. That's right. How bad do you want it?
Right.
Right? So that's the way we see it, and that's why we created what we did, because we ultimately have a higher purpose with
But
what
we
we're
know
doing.
people have to come together. And when we come
Yes.
together
Yeah.
in large numbers,
Yes.
then magic happens.
Magic really can happen. Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, there's a fee to become a member, but there's a purpose for that. And if you read through the terms and conditions, or just listen to them, because Kevin's created it so that
Yeah,
people
you can
can just
actually just
listen
listen to
to
them.
what they are instead of reading through it all. The reality is this: is you sign away your rights every time you sign up for any kind of app or anything like that. Do you ever actually read the terms and conditions?
No.
Absolutely, you do
Never.
not read the fine
Never.
print, and you just go click. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Right. So we didn't want to do it that way. We want to operate with integrity with
We
this
want stuff to be
platform.
in the forefront.
Everything transparent. So everything is right there up front in the very beginning of that website.
Because not only do
Yeah.
we as individuals have rights, but we also have responsibilities too.
We do.
Right?
Yeah.
And we need to take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's why I say you're responsible for your content.
Oh shit, I wrote that wrong on there. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, I just realized that I think that it got changed actually, because I didn't write it that way, but that's how it came out. Instead of the union of humanity, it
It's
came the
unity.
Yeah, it came out. I gotta put my glasses on. This is terrible. The union of humanity. This happens to me all the time. Facebook and other the union sorry, of humanity.com. They change my words. They're constantly changing the
I
spelling
ain't
of
doing
my
any of that
words.
stuff.
I'm so tired of that.
The
I really
autocorrect
am.
bullshit and
Stop doing
AI
it.
manipulation.
See,
There you go.
there
you
it
go.
is. I never wrote unity because I don't do that. Anyway, I don't like how Facebook changes my words. Not just Facebook, but other apps. It's bothersome, really. It's troublesome. It's
So
actually quite
we've covered a
troublesome.
lot of ground today.
We have. Oh my
And
gosh.
we need to get on with the day.
Yes, I have a client coming, so
Yes.
yeah. So I got to get ready,
ready
for
for that.
that. Yeah.
And
But you
I
know
got
what?
some wiring to do.
We do appreciate you guys being here,
Yes,
and we
100%.
understand that sometimes it does turn into a bit of a rant session, but sometimes that just needs to happen, right?
Because the other thing too is that we don't know exactly how many people are going to be watching this,
Yeah.
but usually well over
There's
a
hundreds.
lot. There are a lot of people that end up watching this after the fact.
Yeah, a lot
Right.
of replays.
So the message may
Yeah.
grab someone's attention.
Yep. And if we've inspired any of you to just
Yeah. Or if
look
we've
a little,
offended you, too fucking bad.
well, no, if we've offended you, I would say congratulations, because if you're offended, then that's an opportunity for
It's
you
an
to look a
opportunity.
little deeper inside yourself and wonder,
For
why
what
am I
purpose be
offended by
offended?
that?
But really,
Like, for what purpose am I offended? And if you're triggered, right, that's being offended. If you're triggered, then there's an opportunity, right?
yeah.
So Kay said, hugs from me, the dog, and the kitty.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you for that. That's so sweet.
Okay, so we will say goodbye, and
Yep.
we will see you next week.
Yes.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes. And if nobody has told you yet today, then let me be the first. I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank you very, very much. Yeah. And I
Bingo.
love you too.
Woohoo!
Okay, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being here, and toodly-doo.